Welcome everyone to this special Spinal Cord Injury Day podcast brought to you by the International Spinal Cord Society's Prevention Committee. I am Professor Belgin Erhan, the chair of the East Coast Prevention Committee. I am working at Medeniyet University, Istanbul Medeniyet University, and I'm the head of Department of PMR. Today the theme of this podcast is SCI Day. And international days are powerful tools to promote public awareness and to activate authorities on certain issues of concern. And since 2016, International Spinal Cord Society (ISCOS) has decided to observe the 5th of September as SCI Day every year. And each year it is celebrated under different slogans and themes that highlights the most current issues of concern for SCI individuals. And I'm happy to share with you this year's slogan. And this year's slogan is Fall Prevention and Spinal Cord Protection. We come together under this important theme to raise awareness and to take action against one of the leading causes of SCIs worldwide. Falls can happen to anyone at any age and in any setting. And every year, thousands of people experience life changing injuries from something as ordinary as a sleep at home, a fall from a ladder, or even a stumble on the street. And falls, whether at home, in the workplace, or in public spaces, remain as significant yet preventable risk factors for SCI. When we look at the epidemiologic studies, we see that in many countries, most of the in many countries are falls are the second leading cause of SCI, and in some countries the first leading cause of SCI after uh, motor vehicle accidents. On the other hand, for those living with SCI, preventing secondary injuries caused by falls is equal critical to maintaining independence and well-being. And however, the good news is that these injuries can be prevented with awareness, practical steps, and community actions. As the East Coast Prevention Committee, we are committed to promoting evidence based strategies, fostering collaboration, and empowering individuals to take proactive steps in fall prevention. I'm joined today by Assistant Professor Yanis Dionysiotis from Athens, Greece, who will share valuable insights on why falls are such a critical issue and what can we do to prevent them. And I welcome you, Yanis Dionysiotis.
Thank you, Bilgin.
He is the head of second PMR Department of National Rehabilitation Center, ECA Athens, and also he is the assistant professor of PMR at University of Patras School of Medicine, and he's a member of the board of the Hellenic Foundation Osteoporosis, member of International Osteoporosis Foundation, and chair of geriatric section PRM in Greece. Also, he is the subcommittee of SCI Day poster contest, and I welcome you again, my dear friend, colleague Yanis. Together, we will explore risk factors, prevention strategies, and how raising awareness on SCI Day can help us build a safer future. Uh, I
Thank you, Belgin. What a wonderful introduction.
Um, I'm very happy to have this opportunity on this important podcast because we have been working with Professor Dionysiotis for more than maybe 6 years or something else. And indeed, we are dealing with prevention issues in various areas. And fall prevention is a very critical issue, and I would like to ask you my first question: why fall is that much important for causing SCI? What do you think?
Look, Belgin, Spinal cord injury is particularly devastating. It often strikes out of the blue. So while road traffic crashes are the leading cause in low and middle income countries, fall from heights is also a major contributor. Even in high income countries, falls are one of the major causes of hospitalization in people over the age of 65. And it's therefore very important to prevent these falls because the epidemiological data are changing and are shifting in favor of falls. So falls are getting the first cause of spinal cord injury in high income countries and in ages more than 65 years. That means if we go to see the epidemiology of falls, what we find in the literature is that falls account for just over 40% of all cases in Eastern Mediterranean and Southeast Asia regions. The African region reports lower percents of falls, with the other two regions showing percentages between 27 and 36%. In my country, Greece, falls percent is 37. So it is a very big problem.
Yes, and especially older people living in nursing homes are more vulnerable to falls. And I have some statistics that says that 40% of them experience recurrent falls. The older people living in nursing homes are more vulnerable to falls. And we can. There are some groups who have uh, greater
Right.
risk. And let me just delve into this. Which groups are at
Look,
higher risk?
now you remind me a basic principle of Profane, the fall prevention network group of the 80s. That means that it Profane suggested a U-shaped association that the most inactive and the most active people are at highest risk of falls. And this reveals the complex relationship between falls activity and risk. The type and extent of environmental challenges that an old person chooses to embrace interact with a person's intrinsic risk factors, and some activities seem to increase the risk of falls, either by increasing exposure to risky environmental conditions, that means slippery or uneven floors, cluttered areas, acute fatigue, or unsafe practice in exercise sessions. So that means that young persons and the most frail persons are more susceptible to falls.
And I think in some hazardous environments, some workers who works in
Mm,
hazardous,
correct.
like
Yeah,
construction or
yeah, yeah.
agriculture,
You mean
yes, they are.
the occupational injuries?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
and also people already have disabilities or health conditions such as vision impairments or some other impairments.
yeah.
They are more vulnerable to falling than the other groups.
Right.
Yes, I think.
Correct. Just a word to add something in this occupational injuries because it is an important issue because a significant proportion of accidents leading to SCI occur in the workplace, particularly in the construction, agriculture, and mining industries. And the most frequent external causes in work environments are falls from heights and or
Yes.
being struck or crushed by a falling object. And the etiology of falls as injury producing events is multifactorial. Working at heights involves completely different fall risks than those found on workplace surfaces and floors. So it needs a multidisciplinary prevention approach, a mitigation approach, for practitioners to overcome this issue and deal with this issue.
Yes.
Because yes, please.
As we know that after falls, there are some impairments.
Yeah,
That
right.
we see fractures, limb fractures, especially hip fractures, upper limb fractures, or traumatic brain injuries, even uh, besides SCI. So I know that you are very interested in and an expert on osteoporosis and uh, fragility fractures. What do you say on this? How can falls affect fracture risk in older people?
Look, it depends. Not every fall leads to a fracture. However, many falls may lead to fractures. So it is very difficult to say when a person, an aged person, will definitely fracture a bone. For that reason, for that reason, and I do not know if the colleagues are aware that recently the World Falls Guidelines were published for prevention and management of falls of older people 2 years ago. And these guidelines, updated the guidelines existed 15 years ago. So, and many working groups worked in the direction to find all these factors leading to fall, and they created scientists from all over the world, combined the forces and created some working groups and ad hoc expert groups for to have to assess and to treat and to find some algorithms and links that states the stratification, the assessment and management of faults in older persons. And this is very important because now we have new guidelines and we can see and we can have some algorithms in order to stratify subjects and to assess subjects who will fall and so on. I believe, Belgium, this is very important
Yes.
for the scientific community that we now, there are now available guidelines for in world guidelines for fall prevention, which need to implement in each country.
Yes.
This is a very huge work to do
Yes.
for our community, not only ISCOS, but all scientific communities dealing with this osteoporosis or fractures.
Yes. And in recent years, many good meta-analyses or reviews were published on the guidelines for prevention. And when we look at the gender, is there any difference between the fall risk? As far as I know, both gender has the same risk,
Yeah,
but
right.
there's some difference.
Regarding spinal cord injury,
Yes.
that men
Yes.
are
Yes.
men in men is happening more. It's more common. It's a more
Because
common event.
risk-taking behaviors, because
Yeah.
of behavior.
It's easy to go to this direction to understand this because
Yeah.
in men we have more spinal cord injuries compared to women, and more spinal cord injuries due to falls compared
Yes.
to women. It's
A-
logical.
And there are some statistics that says that men are more at risk for fatal falls.
Mm.
Women, non-fatal falls, resulting non-fatal injuries. But
Yeah,
when men fall, they become the re- result
because
fatal.
men maybe it is because of the occupational
Yes.
accidents or in the industry, which we discussed previously.
And because their high levels of risk taking behaviors, let me say,
Yeah, right.
They are more courageous
Correct.
than the women, and they climb and or they something.
Correct.
Yes, and
I agree.
so is there any guide? So you said that there are many guidelines for fall prevention. Can we talk some practical preventive measures that we can just advise people in order to prevent falls
Yeah.
in
How you want to hit?
community, at home, or something else, at work?
Right.
What can we say then?
We can group these practical solutions by home, workplace, lifestyle, or evidence-based.
Public
Let's
environment.
let's start with home safety. With home safety, and
Yes,
for example, it's the simplest. The lighting, the lighting. We need
it's
to add
very
to have night lights. We know that many accidents are happening at night. The floors and walkways. We need to have a clear walk to walk in a clear corridor, for example. The stairs and the bathroom to install grab bars, non-slip mats, and so on. And other target home modifications we can make with the help of occupational therapists or physical therapists. And if you allow me to go to the next level in workplace. Workplace is a very important issue because here we need to follow some rules. We need not to be careful when climbing in ladders. We need to have fall protection at heights and some footwear. Footwear needs to be very anti-slip resistant, slip resistant shoes on slick floors, and we need to have all the walkways clear, the walkways cleared in the workplace. It's very important.
Yes, and to summarize, we can give a quick list to prevent falls. As aging, we all know that health conditions can change, and older people have poor balance and may have some gait disturbance. So we just recommend them stay active and keep muscles strong. It is very important for, especially for the older adults, and check vision and hearing regularly. We should just warn them. So make home and work environments safer.
Very
Use
important.
assistive devices if needed. Most of the people reject using canes or some assisted devices, walkers, although they have some balance problems. They think that it's a sign of oldness. Uh,
Yes, but you
so
know,
it prevents them from falling, and
yeah,
it,
correct.
if needed,
But we, Belgian, we as physicians, we need to start de-prescribe medications because polypharmacy in old ages is a very big problem, and we know that more than 4 drugs are a risk factor for falling. That means we need to review all the medication in these people to to focus in de-prescribing, which is a new idea, but we didn't learn that in the university. We need to learn it to how to do it. It's very
yes,
important, I believe.
especially in some neurological or cardiological problems.
Exactly, exactly. Very important.
And one should know the side effects of the
Exactly.
drugs, especially in aging population while prescribing medication. Please be aware of fall risk, and we should warn our young colleagues. And the most important thing maybe spread awareness, because prevention save lives. We know we have to spread awareness. And I know that you are the subcommittee of SCI Day poster contest, and uh,
Yeah,
each
right.
year we organize, as prevention committee, we organize some contests, either photograph or video or poster contest. And this year we decided to organize a poster contest in order to promote the SCI Day, in order to spread awareness on fall protection and spinal cord prevention. Can you give us brief information this year poster contest, how it is going, how many application have you already received?
Well, in the 10th university of the SCI Day, and here we need to say that SCI Day was an inception from Dr. Chabra.
Yes,
We
yes.
need to say
Yes.
that
You
the pioneer
said,
of
yes,
this of
fine.
the SCI Day,
Thank you,
and
him.
and and I believe it will be the most successful day because I see the submissions more than 25 till now,
Yes,
and it's
I'm
still
very happy.
coming. I could not believe that. It was the first time so many submissions for a very important issue like falls,
Yes,
but it is so a successful year for the SCI Day, really, in the
yes,
10th university. And Dr. Chabra should be very happy about this,
yes, yes.
not only us.
And would you like to?
To say something more
Yes.
because the contest the contest will be we will have a Zoom meeting
Mhm,
at 5th of September with all the participants who submitted the poster, and then there will be a committee
mhm.
and a panel of judges, mostly members of the prevention committee, will review the posters, and then we will have the final decision, and the three best posters will be awarded. So it will be a very hard competition this year, I believe, and a very good one. And congratulations to you also, Belgin, because you did a great job to spread the word regarding this year's competition.
Thank you, thank you. When we come together, we will do great jobs because just promoting awareness is crucial, especially on falls, because they are preventable, and if you prevent falls, you don't have SCI, you don't have hip fracture, even you don't die because of hip fracture or because of traumatic brain injury. So it's very important. Thank you, Professor Yanis, for joining us and sharing
My
your
pleasure.
expertise. And fall may seem like ordinary accidents, but as we have heard today, they can lead to devastating spinal cord injuries. And importantly, many of them are preventable. On this SCI Day, we encourage everyone listening to take action, make homes safer, look out for loved ones, and advocate for safer communities. Small steps can prevent life changing injuries. And this has been Professor Belgin Erhan, Chair of the Prevention Committee. Thank you for tuning in, and let's continue working together toward a world where fewer lives are impacted by preventable SCIs. Stay safe and take care.